Hello everybody, my name is Susie Belcher and you can find me on my blog, which is susiebelcher.com. Alternatively, you can find me on my fan page, my business page, which is Susie Belcher's Online Success. Alternatively, my personal page, which is Susie Belcher. So how are you all doing today? How's it going with you? I have been missing in action, and part of the reason for that is because, you know, I've been traveling and, you know, I've been going through some stuff, and it's been it's the O word, which is, you know, a word that we never use in this industry, or a word that we should never use in this industry, and that is overwhelmed. So I want to just talk to you a little bit today about, you know, moving forward, and we suddenly find ourselves at the end of January, and it's a new year 30 days ago, and you know, we all the intentions were there to have a fantastic, brilliant, amazing, awesome, incredible start to the new year. And we get to the end of the first month, and what's happened? Everything stays the same. Everything is as usual. We are still in the same routine. We are still, you know, we still habit, you know, we are such habit forming entities that we, you know, we become part of the habit. And what happens is that we get up in the morning, we get out of bed, we go and brush our teeth, we get dressed, we then go to work, we then come home, we're absolutely shattered, and it's the same thing every day. And it is habit forming chaos. And that is what causes overwhelm. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that today, because I wrote a blog all about how we seem to think that we are safe in our offline jobs, and that job security is going to be no problem whatsoever, and we're going to always have the job to rely on, and we're going to always have, you know, an income coming in, and blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm here to tell you, actually, and I'm pretty certain that a lot of leaders in this industry have had it happen the same way. It doesn't work like that. It really doesn't work like that. And the reason for that is that job security is the most volatile thing in our industry of business. It is, you know, the economies come and go. There are, you know, fluctuation rates. You know, when somebody says something bad about politics, you know, the whole world goes crazy. And, you know, suddenly then everybody is getting retrenched because they can't afford to keep going. And then what happens? And I tell you what, guys, it happened to me. It happened to me this time last year. I was in that state. I was selling furniture, and I was selling cars, and I was selling everything that I could to keep myself going. And now it's a different story, and I'll tell you why. I wrote a blog today, and it's called Good Reasons to Quit Your Day Job. So here's a question for you. Are you living in a bubble where you go to a job 5 days a week? You're spending 40 hours of your precious life making someone else rich, and not even with an iota or an ounce of appreciation in what we call this cubicle culture. Is that you? Let's be honest, guys. I mean, is that you? Because I'm pretty certain that it's most of us. And, I don't think that, we were put onto this planet to be sitting in a cubicle making some other corporation rich so that they could continue to put chemicals into our food, so that they could continue to put chemicals into our products and our services, and they could continue to control us. So are you thinking about quitting? Has it ever crossed your mind? Have you ever thought about quitting? Because you have to be sure that that's what's right for you. And, you have to be sure that you are doing it for the right reason. Before you quit a job, you should be very sure that you want to quit. Hating your job might not be a good enough reason to quit unless you have another job lined up or you have something else in the background. Okay? There might also be other reasons that you should think about quitting your job. Or think about waiting for another time, or think about building something else before you quit. You might even be able to turn things around and learn to love it. But I know for me, and I'm a person of the bush, and I'm a person of, I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And, for me, that was never an option. And thankfully, I have had the entrepreneurial spirit in me my whole life, because everything that I've done, really, in essence, has been my doing. So I have a quote here for you, and it's something that you really need to think about. He who has a why can endure any how, and it's by Friedrich Nietzsche. There are many reasons why people become home business owners and entrepreneurs. One of them is personal satisfaction. The other is creative independence, and the other is financial autonomy. And, the list goes on. I mean, many people have got lots of whys as to, why they want to change their life. It might be because you want to spend time at home with your family. It might be because you want to see your baby speak or walk for the first time. There's a whole list. And yet all of these have one thing in common. Can anybody guess what that one thing is? At the end of the day, it is all about freedom. That's all it's about. Some people quit a job and earn money elsewhere. Some people quit their jobs for a better opportunity. Some people quit their jobs for less money, but more quality of life. And, keeping in mind that there are compelling reasons to hang on to your full-time job. As long as you can, you can, while you get started, while you get started in something else, which is at least initially easy, since you can start a company in just a few hours. It's easy. This is the great thing about this business. But there are a number of other reasons why to quit your job. There are a number of other reasons. The first one is life is too short. In the blink of an eye, we are suddenly middle-aged. And I was laughing at middle-aged people yesterday. I was laughing, and now here I am, and I'm exactly what I was laughing at. So life's too short to go home every day feeling unfulfilled. Life is too short to work for people that you don't get on with, or, a terrible boss. Life is too short to go home every day feeling taken for granted, and, even taken less seriously, or feeling taken advantage of. These are some of the things that we really need to look at deep within ourselves, within the core of ourselves, to actually just see whether we're okay with it. If we're okay, no worries, that's great. But, if life is too short not to be happy, and life is being given to us as a gift. So whatever we do with it is our choice. And that's really important to remember. So, for example, say your grown-up daughter called and said, I hate my job, I'm bored, I'm frustrated, I feel like I'm going nowhere. Would you tell her to look for another job? Would you tell her to look for something else that she really enjoys? Of course you would. Of course you would. So why shouldn't you take the same advice? Why is it that we feel that we have to be the martyrs and the victims all the time? And here are a couple of reasons to stop being miserable and start looking at something better. Number one is your boss manages his or her boss and not you. So you know the type. As a leader, she should focus her time and attention on her direct reports, but instead she spends her time following her boss. It seems like your only job is to contribute to the greater glory and advancement of your boss. It's making somebody else acceptable and advanced. So a great boss knows that if her team succeeds and each individual on that team succeeds, then she will succeed too. But life is not like that, and it's too short to spend your time developing your boss's career at the expense of your own life. Just think about that for a second. It's really important just to analyze that and think about it. And point number two is your ideas are disregarded even ignored. So when you're in this job, are you disregarded? Are you taken for granted and just treated as a nothing? Everyone has ideas, and everyone loves it when his or her ideas are taken seriously and implemented. We all have ideas about how to better a company, but we're never ever heard, and that is the biggest fourboil with regards to any business, whether it's online or offline or in the sky or on the ground. It doesn't really matter. The feeling that you've contributed in a special way is incredibly gratifying, and that's what we need to be. But when your boss or your company shoots you down or even laughs at your ideas, it's not only insulting, it's demotivating, and you pretty soon stop caring. These are some of the reasons why we have got such a bad rap with the traditional 9-to-5 jobs. Because at the end of the day, it's not us that make us feel like we're neglected or we're not accepted. It's everybody else that makes us feel that way. And I know ultimately that's our fault, for allowing that to happen. But you can't, you can't always defy everybody else's thinking. So the other reason, perhaps, why you need to look at good reasons to quit your day job is you get criticized in public. We all need constructive criticism. We all need a little nudge. We all need to be told that we can do something better and how to do it better. But we need to be told these things in private, and often we get rapped on the knuckles for not doing something right, or we get rapped on the knuckles for not fulfilling our targets that we promised that we would do. We get rapped on the knuckles for something that is completely out of our control. And, do you really want to be walking around until the next time you're criticized or the next time you're humiliated in front of other people? It's a question. Another reason, maybe, why you need to look at quitting your day job is you're never told thanks. You're never ever being given the praise that you deserve. We all need to know when we do something well, and everyone, even a poor performer, does something well. And this is one point that I really, really, really just think it's really important. All work is honourable. All jobs are honourable. It doesn't matter what you do, but you need to be treated with the respect and the dignity and the accolade that you deserve. So even if you're, a janitor or a car washer or whatever it is, those things you need to, even if you're the poorest performer, you still do things well. And that we never ever get recognized for the things that we do well. We always get the negative side of things. So another good reason why to quit your day job, well, do you feel like you have no purpose when you're in your 9-to-5 job? Everyone feels, everyone likes to feel a part of being something bigger. Everyone likes to feel that he or she has an impact, not just on results, but also on the lives of other people. Life, again, is too short to go home every day feeling like you've worked, but you haven't accomplished anything. What is meaningful and what is not meaningful? If you come home and there's no personal satisfaction of, oh, I did so great today. where does the esteem come from? Where does the self-appreciation come from? Because if you're not feeling that, then perhaps, you're not getting it from your job. So do you feel like a number? Do you feel like you are a number and not a name? Everyone, including car washers, including toilet cleaners, including, garbage truck, workers, is replaceable. No one is irreplaceable. And everyone ultimately works for a paycheck. But people also want to work for more than a paycheck. People want to work with people who admire them and respect them, and they want to be respected and admired in return. We sometimes, we have detached ourselves from human emotion, and human emotion is a great thing. Emotion sells, remember that. So emotion is really what will define somebody's personality and somebody's, who somebody is and what their ethos is and what they stand for. It's all about emotion. And emotion really, really means that we don't want to be criticized and ridiculed and, and stood upon, trodden down every single day of our lives. What we want is we want admiration and respect and, just justification, pure, simple justification. If your boss doesn't occasionally stop him for a quick discussion about family and an informal conversation to see if you need anything or, is there anything else I can help you with, or simply just to say a kind word, then you're just a cog in a larger machine. You mean nothing to them. You mean absolutely nothing to them. So point number 7 of really, really good reasons to quit your day job is you aren't even a tiny bit excited to go to work. So do you wake up every morning going, oh, it's Monday? Do you wake up every morning going, I can't get out of bed? Do you hit the snooze button? Do you? Because that's a true sign. That's a true testament, a true sign of how you feel about what you're going to be doing. So every job has its downside. Even, online marketing is hard. Make no mistake, it's hard, but it's exciting and it's exhilarating, and it is self-esteem building. And every job has its downside, but every job should also have some fun moments, and that's just what I was talking about, or exciting moments, or even challenging moments that you think, oh, I can do that, or ooh, she's done it, so why can't I do it? Or some aspects that make you think, you know what, I'm really looking forward to doing that. I've invested in investing in myself this year. I've just got a brand new coach. Next week, I am going all the way from Kenya to America to go to a business event, an online marketing event, and then I come back and then I go back to do some self-esteem, some self-development work, which has all got to do with quantum physics and how you can rewire your brain and how you can, it's all about the mindset and how to rewire and, redefine who you are and what you stand for. These are the things that I couldn't do in a 9-to-5 job. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing what you can do when you work for yourself and when you are your own decision. So life's too short, again, to spend only looking forward to quitting time. It's 1 hour to 5 o'clock. I've got 1 hour left. That's not the way we should be living our lives. So here's another question. Do you see a future? Hi, Michelle. How are you doing? I want to know if you guys see a future in what you're doing. Do you see a future in your day job? Do you see, do you see any possibility of growth? Every job should lead to something. Hopefully it's a promotion, but if not, the opportunity to take an additional responsibility or learn new things or tackle new challenges or, get outside of your comfort zone, think bigger and better. We're never given the opportunity to be able to think bigger. We're never given the opportunity to be able to challenge ourselves and prove that we can do things. So tomorrow should have the potential to be different in a good way from today. There should be something that you look forward to tomorrow that you don't have today. Decent boss, again, works to improve a company's future. But a good boss also works to improve her or his employees' future. Because especially if there might mean some of those employees will eventually move to bigger or better things. It's about quality of life. It's about being treated with respect and dignity. And it's all about hope. It's all about freedom and hope. Do you find that nobody else shares your dreams also? That's a big one, isn't it? Do you find that you talk to some people and they just don't have the motivation or the drive or anything else? And countless companies were started by 2 or more people who at one time worked together and realized they had complementary skills and realized also that they wanted to carve out a future. They wanted something greater than what they had. And if you plan to be an entrepreneur, working for a big company first is one of the best things that you can do because it gives you the experience, it gives you the network. It's a risk-free environment where you can meet future colleagues and co-founders. But, we all grow. And with that growth, we become more confident. And with that confidence, we become more energetic with exactly what we want. And that's where our dreams become a reality. That's where we start thinking and looking and actually just seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. We are working with people who don't, when we're working with people who don't share our hopes and dreams and passions, they don't understand what we want. They don't understand where we're going. They don't understand what it is that we need. So to finish this off quickly, are you convinced that you can't do anything else? Have you been put into the mindset that if you quit your job, you're completely incapable of doing anything else? Well, take it from me. I've gone from being told when I was at school that I was completely incapable of having a job and that I should do something practical. So I was made to be a beauty therapist. I absolutely hated it. I went on to do movies. I went on to be a makeup artist in the film industry. I then went on to building and developing and having my own hotel. I now have my own development business, African development business, where I provide medical services for people that need evacuation. I'm in the aviation industry now. And I have 3 online jobs. So don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't do anything. If you have a passion and you have a drive, then you can do absolutely, if your why is big enough, you can do absolutely anything that it is that you want to do. So those are a couple of tips. If you want to have a bit of a read as to, a bit more of a read, do go to my blog, which is susiebelcher.com, and take a look and have a read. There are a couple more points, but I just really wanted to give you, 10 tips because, at the end of the day, we as human beings, over anything else that lives on this planet, have the power of one thing that nothing else has, and that is the power of choice. It's up to us to get the life that we deserve and the life that we desire. It's up to us. We have the power every single day to start over, every single day. So what is it, as we go into the end of January already, what is it that you are going to be doing, okay, to change your life? Are you thinking about quitting? Are you thinking about starting over? Because it's never, ever too late. So if you want more information, do send me a message and I would be happy to help you out. And if not, just take a look at my blog because it will give you some great insights as to why you should get out of that cubicle culture. We weren't built for a cubicle culture. We were not built to sit behind a desk for 8 hours a day building somebody else's dream. That's not what we were built for. So have a really great day, everybody. I hope this has been, I hope you've got some nuggets from this, and I hope that it's helped you. And if you do want to discuss, as I say, drop a comment in the comment box below, and I'll get right back to you. And also, just tell me where you're coming in from. If you're watching this live, post a 1. If you're coming in on the replay, post a 2. And I will see you tomorrow because I'm committed to doing 5 Facebook Lives every single day this week. Okay? So I will see you tomorrow. Have a really great day, everybody. Bye-bye.